Well, I think I just heard Ronald Reagan speaking, because it was a conversation about measuring not inputs, and too often conservatives and Republicans, if you care about something, they know that when the left says if you spend more money on X, that shows that you care about X. We laugh at that. We say, look, we want to measure outputs. Are you accomplishing things? And sometimes some folks on the right think that if you speak loudly saying you want to do X, that somehow that means you're for X. If you spend a lot of money with the Pentagon, that means you're for a strong national defense. And what we just heard was an argument was we ought to measure what our outputs are, whether we've accomplished what we've said we're going to do. We ought to be clear with the American people. We ought to have a national conversation when we engage, not just on whether we have Obamacare or not, but whether we go to war or not. We ought to have a real conversation with the American people, and for step one, with the House and the Senate, and get a vote. And these sorts of decisions ought to be made as the Constitution said. So these are fairly easy, you'd think, easy conversations, decisions to make, but we just heard tonight a great deal of common sense. And I'm originally from Massachusetts prior to emigrating to the United States. And I now live in Washington, D.C., so common sense is something I don't run into a lot. And I really appreciated hearing a great deal of common sense tonight from Senator Rand Paul.